I'm currently in a web development class where my final is this web series. I will be exploring the topic of information security. What is it, and what can I do to help secure the apps that my classmates are building? Today, I am joined by Austin DeFrancesco, Head Security Architect over at Omni Systems.
There's so many different definitions.
Yeah.
You could ask every single different information security professional and they'll tell you a different definition. There's 3 different vectors for information security. There's social, physical, and network. Really so many different places you can start.
Yeah.
And there's so many different places where you can specialize in. So when I originally started, I was an intern working on a lot of tooling for a security company. And I'll eventually find my way into exploit development. But before I get there, I might be doing some more pen testing. So I'm currently looking for some pen testing consultancy positions. That's sort of how you learn web security, is reproduce the vulnerability, figure out the fix or different fixes. There's multiple ways to fix a problem.
Yeah.
This is the MITRE attack.
I was looking at that
This
earlier.
might be something interesting to look up eventually. And if anybody's interested, it's very cool. But I actually, in red, I highlighted using an expo marker the first ever hack I did. And if you look at the MITRE attack, it shows the different phases of an enterprise attack. So we have initial access, execution, persistence, privilege escalation, defense evasion, credential access, discovery, lateral movement, exfiltration, and command and control. So these are all different phases during an attack. And you don't even have, as an attacker, you don't have to go through all these phases. But part of this layered security is understanding these different phases of an attack and how your different solutions prevent that attack or make it harder. For the web dev guys out there and gals, you might want to check out OWASP. OWSAUP. OWASP, my bad.
OWASP framework?
Yep, and look up the top 10. And those are the top 10 web vulnerabilities that current developers face.
In this video, I'm going to go through all 10 of them, but very briefly exploiting. It's literally using code snippets and entering it in, injecting it. This allows attackers to compromise passwords, keys, or session tokens, or to exploit other implementation flaws. It's just as it sounds. So private stuff, which is supposed to remain private, it becomes public or is public. Older or poorly configured XML processors evaluate external entity references within XML documents. Broken access control. When restrictions on what authenticated users are allowed to do are often not properly enforced. This is actually the most common issue that people have with their web apps and their vulnerabilities. XSS is what allows attackers to execute scripts in the victim's browser, which can hijack user sessions, deface websites, or redirect the user to malicious sites. Insecure deserialization. Insecure deserialization often leads to remote code execution. Just because remote code execution does not occur does not mean there is no threat. It can be used to facilitate replay attacks, injection attacks, and privilege escalation attacks. Using components with known vulnerabilities. This, to me, is the most... It's like using a lock that any key opens. You just shouldn't use it. It's totally avoidable. From several different studies, the average combined average time it takes to detect a breach is over 200 days. And actually, this is normally detected by external parties rather than internal processes or monitoring. Well, I want to thank all of you guys for tuning in and watching this. I look forward to furthering my knowledge and hopefully helping you guys. Thanks, guys.